stories. What do I mean by stories? When I say change your story, ask better questions, praise, what exactly is it that you guys think I mean when I say change your story? We're going to discuss that in depth today, along with why I say to change your story, ask better questions, and praise. This is Susie, your beautiful millionaire swan queen. Welcome back to the garden, my beautiful ducklings. Subscribe, smash the like button, share my video, and I will love you forever. I am a life coach, and I am here to drastically change your life for the better. I tune into your happy meter, and I dial it all the way up. I also have a paid Facebook group, as well as a private public Facebook group. If you guys are interested in joining, please let me know. So what do I mean when I say change your story? In my last video, I used the description of stories. You are driving down the street and you are cut off in traffic. The first thing I say to the person who cuts me off is, hey, if it happens to be your time to go today, say hey to Dale for me. I hope not, but say hi to Dale. I love Dale Earnhardt, and I think if you want to be a speed racer, you should say hey to him for me. Then I start with why are they in such a hurry? And I start creating stories about why they are in such a hurry. Is it because they're late for work? Oh, they better not be stealing the #1 spot at the grocery store because that's where I'm headed. Oh, let's see. Are they late for school? Is their kid sick? A parent sick? Are they on their way to a fire? And I then start winding this tale. And by the end of the day, I'm still talking about this person who cut me off. I probably have 10 different stories running about why they cut me off. With my guy, he adores me, and he knows that I can run tons of stories in my head. And he will ask me in a situation, how many stories are you running in your head? Oh, I don't know, maybe 100. Narrow it down to 2. I'm like, 2 out of 100? Are you serious? He said, pick 2. And he said, tell me what those 2 are. Well, I say, it's either working for me or it's not working for me. He said, well, which one do you want? Well, I want it to work for me. So what is the one story you can tell about it working for you? That's what he does to me. I think it's annoying, but he does help keep me on point. So when you are telling a story, I tell you, you have 1-sentence stories all the time. So when I coach people, their 1-sentence story a lot of times is, but Susie, what if it doesn't work? But Susie, what if it doesn't work? But Susie, it's not working. Another story they tell me all the time, well, can I do this? Is it possible to get this person back? You really think I can get this person back? Your story is, you think you need somebody's approval to get this person back, or reassurance to get this person back. Let's see, another story. No matter what, I am going to get XYZ. That story I love, because that person can have a bad day, they can have a good day, they can have a funky day, they can have a good day that turns into a bad day that turns back into a good day, or they can have a bad day that turns into a good day. And they're still going to get what they want because their story is, no matter what, I get XYZ. So you have drama with your ex. If you keep telling the drama, you're going to keep creating drama. I don't get along with my ex-husband. We all know that. And I use him at times on my channel. Obviously, he's been behaving because I haven't had to use him on my channel for a while. That's one way you can look at it. Or another way you can look at it is, Susie hasn't used her ex. What's he doing? Why isn't she talking about him? Is he really behaving? Did she turn him around? Or is she just not telling his drama? A third story. Well, we got tired of listening to it, so she stopped talking about it. So I manifested her stop talking about it. There's 3 stories about my ex. Your stories are cute and funny, or they are horrible, tragic, toxic. Think about this. I have a family that has drama. Everybody tells me, you have to say, stop the drama. The drama stopped. The drama stopped. Well, in my world, we're still focusing on drama because we're using the word drama. And people love drama because if my family has more drama than your family, that's good because my stories make you feel good because you're like, oh, hey, my family's not that bad then. Nobody is perfect. Striving for perfection is good. But if you say, I have the perfect family and it has a lot of drama, you are enforcing the drama is acceptable and it will magnify. So what story could you tell to get rid of drama? Life is fun. Life brings me good things. I have a steady, consistent flow of good in my life. So I'm not saying the potty word. I'm saying fun, good flow. And it's steady and consistent. So if I have a steady, consistent flow of fun and good things that come into my life, there shouldn't be very many speed bumps. If I have a steady, consistent flow of good. So you want a relationship with your specific person. You are telling stories. You are talking to your friends. And this is where I mean about your stories. Oh, I'm in radio silence. I'm ghosted. He's left me on unread for 4 hours. Those are one-sentence stories. So you're talking about your person with the love of your life with your best friend. Who is the other love of your life? Because, like my best friend, I love her. I love her different than I love my guy, but still, you love your best friend. So you're talking to the love of your life about the love of your life. Think about it in those terms. You're telling your best friend your guy is an idiot. So your best friend's not going to like your guy. And then you're going to get all upset because she doesn't like your guy and you're going to break up with your best friend. Well, I was always taught it's best friends before guys. Which way are you rolling with this cookie here? I mean, it's cookie dough and we're rolling it up in our hand. Are we making sugar cookies? Are we making chocolate chip cookies? You have a recipe. And your words are a recipe that you are creating that create your life. And these one sentences that we are saying over and over again create our life. Now, when I say you make a cute story, and I tell the cute stories of we have amazing communication, we have consistent, steady flow of communication with way more FaceTime than phone or video time. We have a wonderful banter in our texts. It's so romantic, it's fun, it's adventure in a good way. I am not telling you these stories have to be memorized verbatim. This is what you're telling your best friends, your coworkers, your family, strangers. You need to change those so that is your core. And the thing that I tell you, if you do not change this, you're not going to change your relationship. Because those little things that you are saying is disrespectful. It is totally disrespecting whatever you want to create. If you are saying, I want to be happily married to Jared, and then you are saying, Jared ghosted me, you are disrespecting Jared. So your stories need to come from a place of respect or praise. So many people were answering their questions with, why am I happily married to Jared? Because he broke no contact, because he texted me, because he called me, because I am beautiful, I'm amazing. Those you are making into affirmations. But when you're talking to your friend, it's a story. So you have to change your story. So the story you tell about Jared, I'm the love of his life. And the whole world stops and stares because when he looks at me, he's awestruck. He can't take his eyes off of me. He can't take his eyes. We can be in a room. It doesn't matter how many people. He'll stare at me for 3 hours because I am the love of his life. That is a true story. because that's exactly what he does when we get in a room together. He can't take his eyes off of me. We have this bubble around us, and everybody watches the interaction between us. That's a good story. So if I say I'm the love of his life, love always wins, that's why we're together. I took he can't take his eyes off of me. He's the love of my life. I turned it into a little quick flip, and that's why we are happily married. What story are you telling? If somebody put a microphone in your face, are you going to say publicly, oh, Jared just disrespects me. He's just this narcissistic idiot. I don't understand. I mean, he's the love of my life, but he treats me like crap. And then they're going to put it on the news, and then it's going to go on Instagram, and then it's going to go on Twitter, and then it's going to go on Facebook, and it's going to be played for the next 50 years, 18,262 times in the next 50 years, it's going to be played. Or do you want that news reporter to hear your story say, he's the love of my life. Things are absolutely amazing in my life. I am happy and he adds value to my life. But if he's happy elsewhere, I'm okay with that. I would prefer he's with me, but if he's elsewhere and he's happy, I'm good. Because that's what true love is. It is saying, if you're over there and you're as happy as a clam, life is amazing for you, I'm happy for you, and I can live my life just watching you be happy. A bird in a cage will forget how to sing. So if you love them, you let them go. You let them out of the cage so they can sing. But as soon as you guys let them out of the cage, you need to tell the story. I let him out of the cage. He loves me and he always comes back to me. Once upon a time, Snow White and Prince Charming, we always find each other. We always come back together. No matter what, I will find you. No matter what, we will be together again. No matter how much chaos the Wicked Witch caused, the evil stepmother never could truly keep them apart because they always find their way back to each other. Lucifer talks about how he can't be with Chloe because of God. There's a TV show. It's called Beauty and the Beast, and it's a New York detective and a guy who was a doctor whose brothers died in 9/11, and he enlisted in the military, and he allowed them to do some experiments on him to make him this great soldier, more powerful and everything. It turned him into a beast. Their motto was, I will find you. Meet me here. No matter what, we'll get back together again. Throughout the whole show, nothing could keep them apart. And in the end, they got together. And when the show ended, they wound up in Paris. And they were still doing the same thing they did in New York. Your stories create your reality about your relationships, your money, your family, your health, your car, your house, the way people treat you in general. Are they respecting you or disrespecting you? If you're telling a story that, oh, I live in an apartment complex and this guy over here can get away with anything, but I need something, then what you're ending that story with is exactly what you get. Praising a relationship, because I talk about questions all the time. Why am I happily married to Jared? Why do I instantly feel absolutely, positively amazing to be loved by Jared? Knowing things are different and we are happily married just because I asked this question. Those are my core questions that I ask about my relationship. My praise. That is to everybody I talk about him with. He's an amazing man. He's a wonderful partner. We have great communication. If I was being interviewed in 30 seconds on an elevator, what would I say to the reporter? What's married life like? Oh, it's absolutely amazing. I have the most wonderful husband in the world. He is romantic and funny, and he just is the apple of my eye. I am so blessed to be with this guy. I didn't actually use the word happy, but that was what I just projected in my words. When I am telling you words matter, it's because you take one word, add a second word, and a third word. I am married. Put a fourth word in there. I am happily married. It takes, what, a second to say happily? I am happily married. There are 7 billion people on the planet. If you are manifesting and you want to be a specific person on the planet, say their freaking name. Don't be afraid to say their name. Don't be going around and saying, should I say their name? I love Jared. I love Jared. He's an absolutely, positively amazing person. That's it. It's not hard to say. Again, we're going to get slammed with the Trump, and I really don't care anymore. Donald Trump would be in front of the microphone saying, I love Jared. I'm going to be happily married to Jared. And when the press would laugh at him, he'd go, watch me. Look, the fake news is reporting that Susie and Jared aren't married. Fake news, they're married. Watch, they're married. Mark my words, they're married. That's exactly what you need to be. You need to be bold. You need to choose what you want. The 4-year-old, she comes upstairs. I have my Christmas presents under my Christmas tree. And there is, it's a little too messy over there. We're not turning the camera. We were going to. A present under the tree. And she goes over there and she taps the present. And she tells me, I want a Peppa Pig house for Christmas. Santa's going to bring me a Peppa Pig house for Christmas. I'm going to get a Peppa Pig house for Christmas. As she's tapping the package that has the Peppa Pig house in it. She's 4. How does she know that one present is what she has been asking for over a month? And that present has actually been bought since August. And she takes us every time we go to the store to show us. We take her picture and we tell her, she tells us, send it to Santa. Be childlike. Be bold. Don't let it go. Your story needs to back up your question, and your praise needs to bring all 3 of them together. Your thoughts, your imagination, your words, and your feelings are the 4 components that it takes to manifest. Line them up. If you are having a bad day and you don't feel good, you don't feel like affirming, shut up and affirm anyways, because you are going to affirm no matter what. That person's going to pop in your head and you're sick and you're going to be like, they're such a douchebag because they're not here. I'm sick and they need to take care of me. If they were sick, I'd be taking care of them. Affirm. And always affirm the end that you want. Do you know how you stop the doubts and the naysays and the things that you don't want? Easy. You stop talking about it. You stop talking about it. The drama stopped becomes, I don't use the word drama in my world anymore. I don't use the word adventure because adventure means I can be driving across the town at 4 a.m. and I don't want to do that anymore. So I took drama and adventure and I said, bye-bye. And I flipped it to a consistent, steady flow of fun and good things in my life. My life is filled with a consistent, steady flow of good and fun. Now, let's see what we can do to prove it. This morning, I got up and my daughter was here and I was in the bedroom talking to a friend of mine on the phone, thinking about doing you guys keep asking for it, so I'm playing with the idea of doing a subliminal for you guys on specific person, and we'll see about the money and weight and stuff like that, but we're going to start with one and see how it goes. Then the 4-year-old comes into my bedroom. She's been up since like 6, and she's been saying since 7 o'clock this morning she wanted to come up and see me. They came up at 9, and she's like, there you are, because I was in the bedroom on my phone drinking a cup of coffee. working on the ideas to do with the subliminal. Then we discussed breakfast because 3 of us were hungry. My 2 girls, obviously the baby, because he's gone through a bottle and a half already this morning. And the 4-year-old was like, I hungry. So we went to go ask Josh what he wanted for breakfast. And what do? They decide on pancakes, eggs, sausage. They go to the store, 1.5 blocks, 2 blocks away. They get the stuff we need. We make breakfast. We're sitting at the breakfast table and we're making fun of Josh because he's turned into a Nona. Here, eat this. I don't want an egg. And he's handing you the egg just like Nona would. So we're calling him Nona Josh. I'm Gigi. He's Nona Josh. That's fun. It's a cute little story that I told about my morning. That gives me evidence. That gives me proof. That gives me something to build on that allows me to say, this is why I have a steady, consistent flow of fun, good things that happen in my life. Think about what you are saying. Every time I talk to a coaching client, it is something that they repeat over and over and over again. I wasn't chosen by my specific person. I am struggling financially. If I just get this, it would prove that the law of attraction works for me. What stories can you tell that would prove that it works? Either way, it's working. When it doesn't work for you and the way you like it, I say, congratulations, you are a manifesting genius, because you're talking about the fact that the law of attraction doesn't work and you manifested more drama, chaos, struggle, or whatever. Now, let's flip that to a steady, consistent flow of good things that happen in my life. Why is my life fun? Because I have a steady, consistent flow of good. Think about your stories. One sentence can then be changed into a question. That question can then be changed into praise. That's what you naturally do all day long. So when you tap into that, it drastically changes your life for the better, quickly, easily, and effortlessly. And that's the secret to your success. Find something you like and keep talking about it, and you will see that you get more and more of that thing that you like because you keep talking about it. Test it, play with it. I've proven it over and over again with my clients. The why am I spoiled is the best way to test the law of attraction, because you don't feel loved, appreciated, and respected. When you say, why am I spoiled? People open up doors for you. You get magic parking spots, free cups of coffee. You go through the drive-thru and somebody buys your meal in the car ahead of you. It's because they're paying it backwards. We were the 11th person in line one day, and they're like, you're the 11th person somebody has bought behind them for. And we said, how much is the person's behind us? We'll take care of theirs. Because we weren't going to break it at 11. And it just kept going. We don't know what number it actually got to. Those things actually happen in a day-to-day reality for me and my daughter. We get the most amazing things. I'll buy somebody gas in their car because they're telling their little kid, I have $3 left, honey. I've got to put it in gas so I can get you to school this week. That's why I can't buy you the drink or the candy bar. And I will look at them and I'll say, I need 30 in gas on this pump. What gas pump are you on? They tell me, and I'll be like, can you put 20 in gas on that? And with mom's permission, can she have a drink and a candy bar? And I will slide my card and pay for it. Nice things happen. Somebody was having an issue with their card and it wouldn't work. And we're all standing there in line. I pulled out my card and I walked up and I said, try my card. Let's see if it works. And she said, what do you mean? I said, if it's a card reader issue, my card won't work. We slid my card and it worked. But her card went through for a certain amount, but it didn't take the whole amount. So I told this woman, as somebody who used to work at a bank, what I would do is call your bank, make sure your card hasn't been flagged because we've tried it so many times, and see what's wrong with it. She goes, well, what about the money? And I said, Merry Christmas. And she's like, no. Okay, I said, all right, have a nice day. She goes, no, seriously, what about the money? I said, don't worry about it. If I didn't have it, I wouldn't have spent it in the first place, but I didn't tell that woman that. I said, don't worry about it. When you get a chance, pay it forward. She goes, well, what do I do? I said, say thank you and have a wonderful day. She said, thank you. I will have a wonderful day. And she said, my kids will thank you even more. She had a bunch of arts and crafts stuff for her kids. Those are things that happen in reality. I don't react to them. Everybody else in line was getting frustrated. I just pulled out my card and said, here, I'll take care of it. I also had cash. If that didn't work, I would have paid for it in cash for it. When you are telling stories, make sure that they're wonderful stories. Make sure they're praising. If it's a horrible, toxic, negative story, you have to change it, because if you don't change it, it's still running in your brain. That's why I say change your stories, because the stories that you tell, the pay it forward, my person is amazing, I am head over heels in love with this man, and I want to spend the rest of my life living happily ever after with him. Don't be afraid to say those things, because the opposite is what you're getting. You got to tell a better story. You have to ask a better question, and you have to praise this person. Nobody wants to be with a negative Nancy or a negative Neil. They want to be with a positive Pamela or a positive Patrick. Which do you want to be? Because your stories create whether you're positive or negative. I love you guys. Have an absolutely, positively amazing Saturday. I am going to go watch football, as always. I love you, and leave me a comment and let me know how I am drastically changing your life for the better.